September 9th, 1966. You were 21 and fresh out of college when you arrived at Hoosac School for your first teaching job. Isolated in the countryside, you were lovesick, homesick, surrounded only by teenage boys, old out-of-touch colleagues, and mountains. You poured out your heart in letters to Karen back in New York. Your soon-to-be wife, my grandma. I have so many questions for you. I've never felt so lonely and isolated at any other time in my life. Saturday and Sunday went so slowly. I went for a long walk Sunday afternoon. I must admit some of the countryside is quite pretty. When I have free time, I sort of wander aimlessly. Can't really sit down by myself to do anything. I'm constantly in need of these kids for distraction. Once they're gone and I'm left to face the evening ahead, it's dreadful. I'm going to bed now. It's about 1. There's a train roaring in the distance. Other than that, this 50-room joint is like a tomb. They're the screwiest lot you'd ever run across anywhere. They have no conception of what today's kids think or do. I cannot detect one bit of sincere desire to teach in any of them. I attended an endless faculty meeting last night. Absolutely nothing was achieved. About 1 hour was wasted discussing what constitutes a dark jacket suitable for dinner. A farce. What's difficult for me to get used to is the position of authority that I'm in. It's impossible for me to be a tyrant in the classroom like some of the other teachers. I treat these kids like human beings with individual likes and dislikes and, worst of all, personal freedom. Yet they seem to respect me. Not because I make them sit in assigned seats, stand up when I enter the room, or send them out of class for having long hair. In my class, where discussion exists and informality reigns supreme, those who haven't read are left out and therefore are driven to catch up so as not to appear stupid in front of their hipper, inquisitive friends. It's been working quite well. After being back in the city, I feel quite strangled and somewhat guilty realizing the terrible educational conditions in New York. I find it quite difficult to justify this place and my being here. I somehow don't feel I'm doing as much as I can. My darling wife, I love you. Life with you is right. Life without you is empty. I couldn't face a forever any other way than with you. Together for the rest of our lives, darling. Your loving husband, Richard. Emptiness again. God, I hate to leave you. That ride is becoming more and more depressing. All that goes through my mind are our lives spent together, wonderful moments that only tend to aggravate my present state of desolation and solitude. My life sort of stops when I'm up here without you. Once you've left, I can no longer cope with things. I am currently being overwhelmed by a codependency attack. I don't know what to do. There's that awkward queasiness in the pit of my stomach, sweaty palms and shortness of breath. I'd better hear from my codependee soon, or I may lapse into a state of codependiac arrest. If such a situation occurs, I will be forced to take drastic measures. It makes no sense why I should feel this way. I've always taken pride in my ability to have a certain control over my life, but not with you. Everything is different. I don't like to let myself think I'm being influenced by what everyone else is doing or thinking. I like to feel that I've made my own decisions. The mountains hold your memories. When I look at them, I think of you.